Okay, today we're going to do another project, and this one's going to be called Dialogue. And once you've logged into Google CS, because you want to log into Google CS first, go up here to where it says Curriculum, click on Curriculum, and then scroll down. And Dialogue is this one right here, so I'm going to click on View. And you can just skip down here. You can click on Start, or you can just skip down here and go to the first one, Introduction to Dialogue. Okay, and at the very beginning, it has a video, which I won't, which I'll pause and let you watch on your own. And of course, you can see right here again the instructions. Always look at the instructions, and if you want to do it in Spanish, it's right here. But the instructions say for the students, watch this video with your teacher and go to the next page. So I'm going to pause right now and watch the video. Okay, so as like with all the other videos, it says to click next to go on to the next video. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to click next. And I think the video starts automatically. Nope, it doesn't. Okay, so we're going to be doing something called Dialogue. And it says, watch the video with your teacher, open the starter project link below, add a backdrop and a sequence a conversation between two characters. Watch the videos below to keep adding to your project. So let's do this. I'm going to pause again. We're going to watch the video. You watch the video, I'll watch the video, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it. Okay, and as has happened before, and what I've told you is that at the very end of each video, they kind of give you the answers and show you how to do it. I wouldn't do it exactly the way they do it, but let's get into this. And so let's go to the starter project. I'm going to click on the starter project here. And there's something I really want you guys to know. Look up here, I'm not signed in. And because I'm not signed in, there's no place for me to click on remix or share. So if you find that your Google CS login is not here, you need to click up here and you need to sign in. And this is not the sign in I want. So I'm going to put in the sign in I want. So and then my password. And I'm going to sign in. Uh-oh, something's wrong. So if that happens, sometimes if your cap lock is on, it won't work because the password has to be exactly right. There we go. And I did it right. And if it does this and says save it, you say yes, save it. Okay, so the first thing they're asking you to do is they're asking you to click on and choose the sprite that you want. You don't have to choose these two sprites. If you want to choose different sprites, you can go over here to costumes and you can see there's all these other sprites that you can choose from. So let's see, what do I want? I like this dinosaur sprite. So I'm going to choose a dinosaur sprite. And for this guy, now you have to click on the sprite to go to costumes. So you click on this one. And let's see, is there another sprite that's like a dinosaur? Maybe we'll do a bat. Okay, so I have a bat sprite and a dinosaur sprite. And this is the place where you can also do things like if I want to make the bat sprite smaller, I can just do something like this. So now the bat sprite's a little bit smaller. And what I did is I just clicked my mouse and held it. And that way I selected all parts of the bat, because if you just click on one part of the bat, you can see that I'd only get that one piece of the bat, and I don't want to do that. Okay, so now I've got my two sprites, and we want to choose, I'm going to go back here. This is costumes, sounds, and code. So I'm going to click back here to code. And I want to have a different background. So I'm going to click on look for backgrounds. And here are all my choices. I think I'll choose something fantasy. And maybe I'll say, since I have a bat, maybe I'll have a castle. Okay, so I'll put this guy down so he seems like he's on the ground. Oh, wait. I forgot something very important. Okay, so I logged in. So now that I've logged in, notice up here it says remix. So I have to click on remix. And then it turns it to share, and I click on share. Okay, so again, it pops out. Don't worry. You go over here to see inside. Really important. I'm going to say this on every video. It's really important that you do this, because when you do this, not only will you not lose your work, because if you haven't logged in and you close it, it's going to be saved nowhere. But you've shared it with me, and it says up here shared, and it's always going to be shared with me no matter what you do, and it also auto saves. So I highly recommend that you remix and share even before you're finished with your project. I barely started. Okay, so I'm going to move this guy over here. I'm going to move this guy over here because I just like it better that way. And now we're going to give them some dialogue. So let's see, I'm going to give dialogue net. You have to click on the sprite who you're going to do. So I'm going to click on the bat, and I'm going to move to looks and hello for 2 seconds, hello for 2 seconds, and hello. Just drag 3 of them out. And don't forget over here to go to events and when the green flag is clicked. Okay. So let me do that for, let me show you a cool trick. Okay, so I want to do this for both of them. Now watch, I've done it for the bat, and so here's a shortcut. So I'm going to take the code that I have in the bat, and I'm going to drag and drop it onto my dinosaur. And let go. And now look at the dinosaur. He has it too. So if you want to just copy the very same dialogue from one to the other, then that's an easy way to do it. Okay, so let me start with the bat. The bat's going to say, hey, I know you'd like to come to my house? And since it's long, I'm going to make it for 3 seconds. Okay, now I want the dinosaur to respond, so I'm going to click over here at the dinosaur, and I'm going to say, I don't know. It looks kind of scary. And I'll say, go back to the bat, and the bat says, but it's just a castle. And the dinosaur says, are there any ghosts in there? And then the bat says, only a few. I'll go back to the dinosaur, and he'll say, oops, I accidentally double clicked on it, so now he's going through his thing. Okay, and he'll say, well, okay, it's only a few. Now, watch what happens when I click go. And we saw this in the video. Okay, they're doing it at the same time, and it kind of like overlaps on each other and doesn't quite work. So the trick now is to get weight blocks. And so I'm just going to pull in some weight blocks. So and you can just kind of pull them in like this. Actually, I only need 2. And, again, if you want to just copy them over, you can just drag and drop them onto the other one. So now I have 2 weight blocks. Also, oops, no, I guess not. Let that go. No, didn't work. Okay, well, that's okay. I'm just going to pull some weight blocks into the bat. All right, let's separate the weight blocks. Now, the weight blocks are what you're going to put in between the dialogue. So, for example, the first dialogue is going to be the bat. So I'm going to go over here, and the first dialogue for the bat is 3 seconds. So I'm going to go to the dino, and I'm going to make a 3-second weight block, and that way I'm going to put it right between when it started and the first answer, because this is what he's answering to the bat. And so then I'm going to go back to the bat, and he said something for 2 seconds. So I'm going to go back to the bat, and I'm going to put this one in between here and here. So that's for 2 seconds. And then I'm going to go here. And I know the other ones are just 2 seconds. So I'm going to put this one right here for 2 seconds. And I need one more. 2 seconds. Okay. And what this does is it means that in between each of the there's a pause for each character in between each of these, so that when they're talking, Let me just go over here. I think I need one more over here. And there we go. All right. So when they're talking, they're waiting for each other to say something. So let's take a look at how that looks. Okay. Hey, Dino, would you like to come to my house? Dino says, I don't know. It looks kind of scary, but it's just a castle. Are there any ghosts in there? Only a few. Okay. Well, okay, if it's only a few. So there you have your dialogue. Now, uh, that's basically what they're trying to show you. Again, if I go back to Scratch, you can see that they've got their weight blocks in different places. So it all depends on how you want the dialogue to go. If you want them to say more than one thing, you just put them together like this. Okay, so the other thing that you need to do is you need to come down here and you need to choose one of these add-ons. Like I said, you don't have to do all of them, but I expect that you're going to do one because this is where it gets interesting. So you can add music, or you can change the background, or you can add a third sprite, or you can change the costumes so that they're doing something. So for example, with the bat, I think, let me double check something here. Sometimes you can set it up so that, let me just click on the bat and go to costumes. Okay, so this bat only has one costume, but sometimes you can, if the character has more than one costume, you can make it look like he's flapping his wings, for example. And it's a lot of fun. So we'll worry about that some other time. But in the meantime, that's what I'd like you to do. So when you're done with that, go back and choose one of these. And again, if you click on it, it's going to open up a new video. And at the end of the video, they'll show you exactly how to do it. Okay, but on the other hand, watch the whole video because it explains to you the process of adding the music. Okay, and when you're done, you're going to go down here to click on Next. Take this survey, and once you're done with that, you're going to click on Submit, and it's going to remind you to click on Share. And so if you haven't clicked on Share or Remix in your Scratch project, make sure, please, up here that when you're done, it says Shared. And if it doesn't, it means you need to log in over here. Okay? Have fun.